Pre-orders. Am I right? Sometimes they're awesome. Sometimes they're a racket. Sometimes you get the pre-order and you pay for the pre-order and then they cancel them out from under you. And how do pre-orders sell out? What kind of a sick bitch takes the ice cube trays out of the freezer? Anywho, it's Tuesday. Time for another dose of mandatory fun.
What the hell crack pipe is Hasbro sucking on? I mean, this is the most obvious, oh, let's just stuff everything on her and make her cost more.
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
Greetings. Welcome to another daily dose of mandatory fun. I'm just chilling today. I'm sorry. I'm sitting real low in the chair, kids. How's everybody doing? It's good to see you. I might, just might have some new nightmare fuel for you. Do you want to see it? There's a poll in the chat. I want to know what all of you think. Is the pre-order model busted? Very simple. Yes or no? That's called a close-ended question, kids. Yes or no? Medieval Alchemist says, yeah, I love Tomb Raider, but this was a hard pass. And that's kind of one of those things. I think the conversation with the Lara Croft anniversary retro carded G.I. Joe classified. You see how that's just like a lot of word vomit? Unnecessary. That was more of a matter of engineered scarcity and overpricing her because of demand. I don't really know if that's in that high of demand, but the point is that people wanted a 1/12 scale Lara Croft, and they provided it. But if it was like $5 less, I bet you they would have sold a lot more. Oh, who told you? How did you know? Come on. You're a mind reader. You know you are. You're a mind reader. Chooches, what's up? Always good to see you. It's always good to see all of you. Chris from Cutthroat Comics, what's up, man? Good to see you. A lot of the stuff about pre-orders and whatnot, I'm starring them. Once we get there, we're going to actually run through it because I want to know how all of you feel about pre-orders. Current day, modern toy market pre-order models. I got my opinions, but I think everybody knows my opinions. CC Murphy says Fatal Fluffy sold out in 2 minutes yesterday, then mysteriously came back up the next day. Joe Fan 84, what's up, brother? Always good to see you pop in and say hi. Replay Squad is always loved and appreciated as well. Yeah, crystal clear. I'm gonna star that. So if I'm not highlighting your guys' comments specifically about pre-orders right now, you know why. Raise your hand if you want to see new nightmare fuel. I worked on this for a while. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, please welcome to Mandatory Fun none other than Gorlock the Destroyer. had to cut up Jabba's dialogue to go with her mouth moving. It took me a couple minutes. It did. Brown coat, what's up, man? Good to see you. Thanks for being here, dude. Jedi Ben says, I'm over pre-orders. It just makes me wait for clearance even more now. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get there. Eddie's Figure says, right now I'm taking a collecting break. I have a lot, as is pre-orders always made me feel like a crackhead. I could see that. Boy, did I walk in at the right time. I'm just saying, everybody said I needed to get Gorlock, so I'm a man of the people. You can't say that I'm not a man of the people. Speaking of which, I was told to make this as well.
How about new, you crazy Dutch bastard?
I got you. Yeah, I got you. Ken the Band says, I don't get the Fatal Fluffy hype. I have no interest in them, and I loved the cartoon back then. They were never made. That's it. No one ever made Fatal Fluffies. Period. Then Super 7 did. Right. Hey, I mean, they coordinate stuff with Hasbro. One of them does one drop first, the other one does the next drop first, on and on and on. So, yeah. I would also think it's easier to make an O-ring figure. I don't know. I'm not saying that it's cheaper because you got rivets and T-bars and all that stuff, but yeah, I think it's faster. I'd watch it again just for the girl in the back. I wasn't paying attention to the other girls while I was making it. Let's look. There you go. Yeah, whatever. Ken the Band said, shit like that makes me zip up my pants. Chris, I starred your comment about pre-orders. Good Lord, she ate Jabba the Hutt. Bobby Vance says, I gave up on pre-ordering figures. It's too much of a pain in the ass. Figures now are overpriced and, engineered scarcity. Absolutely. Yeah, it's all about the psychology of collecting. Yeah. But at the end of the day, how do any of those models benefit the consumer or the collector or make you want to keep doing it? So, Ninja friend, what's crappening, dude? Good to see you. Did you like Gorlock? She likes you. That would be me who requested Dr. Evil, and thank you. You're welcome. Again, I'm here for all of you. Nikatrona says the Fatal Fluffies look like shit in Classified. I have one from Super 7. Again, because it was never made. That's it. I bought one because it was never made. I bought one Raymar because he was never made. And they just sit. They just sit there. They're not even open. So you gotta have Dr. Evil. It's mandatory. So basically Gremlins. What's up, Milk? Good to see you, man. Yeah, Fatal Fluffies were never made because they're dumb. They are dumb. They're absolutely dumb. 100% they're dumb. The girl in the back could definitely get it from the back. I'll just go stare at my wife. How about that? I'll do that. That's fine. Yeah. Medieval Alchemist says, going good. You? Good. You're going to get a little spotlight today, my dude. Yep. Medieval Alchemist will be in the spotlight. Brandon R., what is up, my friend? I guess I don't mind pre-orders if they aren't taking my money at pre-order time and sitting on it. Wink. I could even live with a down payment of 10% like Kmart layaway in the 80s. Yeah. Well, she's a guy, so. Oh, is that what Gorlock is saying in Huttese? So basically Gorlock's sister.
Chad, how insensitive of you.
Rainbow the Hut. Mm-hmm. CJ says, if Hasbro made 118 Joes again, I would jump in. Well, they did, and then they didn't, and then they did, and then they didn't, and then they did, and now they don't. So, hey, speaking of 118 Joes, check this out. I don't have any kind of clip for this, so I'll just go mouth music. What did Chad get in the mail? I got figures. I got figures in the mail. You want to seize them? I finally got several of that guy. Finally. Again, talk about pre-orders and ordering and how the whole system is just busted. But yeah, I got 3 of them. Yeah. Haya 118 scale exquisite mini G.I. Joe. Why should you have to wait this long to get a freaking action figure? Oh, I know why. Because Hasbro's deal with Haya is busted. Busted. Crystal Clear says the pre-order model was especially broken during the War for Cybertron run of Transformers. Yeah. Yeah. CJ says, I keep going back and forth with Maximum Thor, but I hate Hasbro. That's kind of one of those things, right? It's always an individual sort of experience. You got to decide for yourself if it's worth that money. I mean, is there a Thor that's as good already? Or I don't know. JJ, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Oh, CJ wants Gizmo and yeah, Stripe and the rest of the Gremlins to join Classified. Yeah, they might. Who knows? Could happen. Medieval Alchemist, I had 0 interest in Fatal Fluffies not doing the pre-order dance. Are they not going to retail? Are the Fatal Fluffies not going to be retail figures? I saw that Super 7 is now offering a 3-pack of those for $50. And I understand, like, immediate, right, sticker shock. People are like, $50? But you got to figure one of them is what? 27? Something like that? 25? 22? I don't fucking know. One of them is 20 some odd dollars. 3 of them for 50. Again, if I was really into that, I would go for that 3-way. Crystal Clear. I'm feeling especially dumb. What's this Fatal Fluffy? I feel out of the loop. You know what? I freaking got you, dude. I got you. Let's go look. We'll use my affiliate link so you guys can go shopping. I'm going to show you stuff to buy with my affiliate link. Freaking hate that shit. Let me pull it up here real quick so you guys don't have to see me just rat fucking around. Good God, that's how much that thing is? Crystal Clear, man. I'm here for you, bro, but check this out. Splam! There you go. G.I. Joe Classified Series number 204, Fatal Fluffies. $55? $55. It comes with a box of cereal. You know, a box of cereal because Fatal Fluffies never had anything to do with cereal. Comes with the note from Cobra Commander when they were on the space station. Yeah. It comes with a couple of little ones. I don't know if they're 5 POA or 2. Yeah. There you go, man. That's holy shit ass. What happened there? There you go. Fatal Fluffy. From one of the episodes of the Sunbow series. We need to get rid of that. Does that help? You feel a little more informed now? Did I provide you with your Tuesday dose of purpose, direction, and motivation for mandatory fun? I hope I did. Wow, I get a spotlight? Yeah, you do. You do. You absolutely do. Justin Boof, what's crappening, man? Chad and fellow Chad holes, sorry I'm late. I had to make my rounds. Never apologize. That's what this is for, right? You just show up when you people can. Have some fun. Speaking of which, Gerard O'Connor, what is up, my dude? Good to see you. Where did I buy the Crimson Guard from? Cotswold Collectibles. Mm-hmm. That's exactly where I went. I went right here. Cotswold Collectibles. I'm sure somebody probably already put it in the frickin' chat, but yeah. Let's see, shall we? I will throw it back up on the screen just for you guys because I'm singing tunes just for you guys. Cotswold Collectibles is owned by Greg Brown, right? He's a big part of the DFW G.I. Joe show, plus the DFW G.I. Joe Collectors Club. Yeah, so Vintage Joe's Classic Collection, Hall of Fame era, which is, where I got a lot of mine. 1/18 scale, Real American Heroes, vintage replacement stuff, yada, yada, yada. So basically, you just come up here and go, hiya. There you go. Right there. Yes, that's the price. $35. But the only three he has in stock right now are Zorana, Tiger Force Flint, and the Crimson Guard. Not sold out. They are in stock. If anyone cares, there you go. I put the link in the chat. I get nothing from it. The dude won't even know that I fucking did this. So, yeah. There's a lot of other places that sell them as well, but, I know Greg. He's a friend. The people that work for Greg. And full disclosure, just the whole issue between Haya and Hasbro makes getting these a question mark, a nightmare. It's almost a pre-order kind of a thing where you just have to wait for it. Well, technically they are pre-orders, but you just have to wait forever. And I ordered these so long ago, they still had my old address before we moved off base. And the cool thing was it returned to them. I get a phone call. Hey, what's your new address? Blah, blah, blah. There you go. Done. And they showed up like 2 days later. So, yep. But, I mean, Cotswold has tons of stuff. And let's see. Did he post all of the... let's see if he posted all the Leonard stuff. What? The core. There you go. Right. The Nightwing copter for $20. The Elite Rainfire helicopter, which is really hard to find, for $75. The Assault tank. I mean, like, if you like Leonard the Core, I mean, look at this Ford Apache playset. This thing is freaking rad. That thing is cool. Look at that. Just fun. But he has all the core stuff. All of it. Tanks, helicopters, more tanks, armored vehicles, Jeeps, on and on and on and on. Like, if you're into Leonard the Core, look at this the mountain playset. This is so hard to find. Sealed in the box, mint condition, kept in a climate-controlled warehouse, $75. Look at that thing. Here, let me take this off. Look at that. It's a friggin' awesome playset. Yep. There you go. When toys were toys. So, yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys. CJ says I should have jumped into Haya when I had the chance. They're still out there. They're not all bangers. They're just not. Some of them are going to be a little harder to find, like the Storm Shadow they did that was based on the original classified aesthetic from that game that came out. Operation Shitfire or whatever the fuck they called it. Yeah. Operation Shitstain. Michael Zimmerman says, I would prefer pre-orders if they took my money at the time of ordering. It gets rough come Q4 when Hasbro nails me for everything with a delivery date from December to March. God, that sucks. Toy Odyssey. Always good to see you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Ken the Band, I'm going to star your comment. Again, a lot of comments related to pre-order experiences I'm starring to kind of come back to here in a couple of minutes. Brown Coat. If Hasbro did 1/18 scale with the quality of Haya, I may get back into 1/18 scale, but that's in the realms of wishes and dreams. They could. That's the thing. They could. And it's all well and good if they leave it to Haya to do it, right? They want to license out all their stuff, whatever. I don't have a problem with that. The problem is they did the deal with Haya when they were still going to bring back their figure subscription service, but just call it, made to order figures. It's still a figure subscription service. And then they didn't do it. So Haya was going to have all the 1/18 scale modern construction Joes in the East. Hasbro's figure subscription service, rebranded made to order figure model, was going to be in the West. Hasbro didn't do it. And then nothing. So again, if I wanted to pull up the internet, we could go to Big Bad Toy Store. We could go to Amazon. We could look at all the Haya stuff that's available. No G.I. Joe. Again, they're leaving money on the table by not rectifying that. And they just, whatever. We get our money. We don't care. Toy Odyssey says, Chad, I passed on those Haya Joes. They look way too much like the earlier classified Joes. Hate the shin guard look. I don't have one in here. A lot of them do. Yes, absolutely. 100% agreed. Now, the Cobra Commander was designed by Apro Studios, and he was a top-down, do whatever you want. He's got the Resolute style helmet, pretty much the 84, 83 Cobra Commander, but with an armband and a couple of different flares. Yeah, some of them are just shrunken down classifieds. Some of them are not. Just depends. Jeffy said, yeah, there's a Thor that's better. It costs me more, but you get what you pay for. That is always true. You do get what you pay for. Mm-hmm. CC Murray said classified Fatal Fluffy is $55. Yeah, I'm sure that's before we pulled it up. You mean the Fatal Fluffy isn't Gorlock? Do I need to play her again already? Well, a bunch of people came in after the last time I played her, so I don't know. Ask her. No, I don't think Gorlock and Fatal Fluffies are related. Wasn't the Fatal Fluffy one of the two classified San Diego Comic-Con exclusives? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not a classified channel, man. I just go off of what's up there. Probably. Yeah. Along with the super Kit Bash reuse Cadet Deming that is, yeah. That's a loose interpretation of Cadet Deming and Shipwreck. I want to say yeah, but yeah. Jedi Ben says, I think the overall game of showing the render, then the mock-up, then we get to pre-order under threat of FOMO, but then have to wait another year or more until the figures are in hand. It's exhausting. Yeah, that's their business model now. Yep. Name drop, render reveal, pre-order. Name drop, render reveal, pre-order. Yeah. Brandon R says, I would legit buy Fatal Fluffy cereal though. They won't make it. Eddie says, I'm a hope and a skip away from going full Lord scale, at least for Joe. May the Lord scale keep you and hold you. Yeah, Lord scale welcomes all. But Chad, you gotta have it. No, I don't. Trust me. Nexus fully funded because Big Bad Toy Store partnered with them, so they are making all 18 figures. Yeah, that happens a lot. Yeah, Big Bad Toy Store will partner with a Kickstarter if they see that it's going to go through, and then they kind of help pad the numbers. Right on, good for them. Crystal Clear says, I haven't seen all the Sunbow series, hence why I'm not familiar with Fatal Fluffies. You're not missing much. You're really not. It's one of those goofy episodes, right? It's like Cold Slither and Average Joe Band. You can just do without it. First episode, Want It Chad, where Cobra caught and held a space shuttle mid-launch with a net. Oh, yeah. Again, we all know that the Sunbow series in its entirety, it's very much a rose-tinted glasses kind of thing. Now, there are some amazing episodes, and there are some that are just busted. Lol, Chad. There are people who ordered 2 to 4 to even 10 of those Fatal Fluffies. Now, say it with me. I'm saying it again. I no longer feel anything in common with classified collectors. Yeah, they'll order 10 of the gem, too. They will, right? Because brand loyalty is hard, kids. It's hard. It's hard being a Hasbro. It's hard glazing for them. They got to work extra hard at that. Yeah. G.I. Joe 66 says, I'm late. I'm working. Totally fine. Glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Ooby Dooby says, sadly, the Fatal Fluffy would make a great stand-in for some Warhammer models and be cheaper, too. There you go. Oh, Jeffy did put the Cotswold link in there. Look at that. Way to go, Jeffy. Thanks, buddy. Totally fake study. Fatal Fluffy cereal linked to eye cancer and increased risk of stupidity. Yeah. 9 out of 10 haters agree. Ace's Place, what's up, man? I beat up my boss to make sure I'm here. Told him the butt kicking was mandatory. Well, that deserves one of these.
Wolverines! Wolverines! Hell yeah!
Excuse me. Excuse me. Is this where the fun begins? As Anakin Skywalker would say, yes. Son of GTO, what's up, dude? Gun Bunny Customs, good to see you. Mm-hmm. 1 per customer. Dang, bro. And that's the thing. Like, if they're army builders, why 1 per customer? Why would you limit army builders to 1 per customer? Sure, I'm guessing somebody would argue, oh, well, because they were a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Well, they're not now. So, yeah. That's okay. They'll redo them. They'll take all the dumb shit out. It'll just be the figure, maybe with the little cute fluffy. And they'll either card it or box it. And then, you can get all you want. As long as the pre-orders go through. Cavzilla, channel member for 28 months since day one, uses his Chad Chat trademark This Face 2024 and says, Happy Tuesday, glorious fun holes. And Chad. So I'm not a glorious fun hole. I'm not a fun glory hole. That's all of you. It's August. And I claim it as Kevonica the whole month. I think you should. Kevonica. We'll go with that. I mean, everybody else gets a fucking month, right? Why don't you? It's fine. What was that cool custom site from yesterday with the shuttle, man? That looked amazing. That is Instagram.com. Just go look up Craft and Conquer on Instagram. Craft and Conquer. Cavzilla gifted 5 channel memberships. Dude, you are the real MVP, my friend. Thank you so very much for that. And either congratulations or sorry for the people who won those. Thank you, Kevzilla, for that, my man. Greatly, greatly appreciate that, my dude. You won't find this stuff at better prices. Embargo's talking about the Leonard the Core stuff. Yeah, Cotswold Collectibles. Yeah, if you want fodder vehicles and, you know, extra play sets and things like that, battlefield accessories for your 118 scale Joe needs, there you go. Dude, that play set is sick. It's awesome. It's been out of circulation for a long time, and it's hard to find. Very hard to find. Ken the Band says, I dropped some money with Cotswold last week. I nabbed the Red Marauder product sample tank. It's so damn cool. I have one that I got it. It was incomplete, and I turned it into a Cobra mobile artillery piece. Yeah, freaking awesome. They're great vehicles. I made several customs out of that. That hull design. It's a hull. Yeah. Patrick Strauka says, just got a core construction set from Cotswold. Is that what you sent me? Didn't you send me a picture of that? I believe you did. And see, then I'm going to see this like 20 minutes later, and I won't know what it's in reference to, and I'll never have the question answered. Medieval Alchemist says, I'll be honest, as you always should be. If Hasbro went 118 and classified, I'd have went full 118. I'm sure they know that. Same with Star Wars, you know, Vintage Collection, Black Series. They understand that. They know that world building is easier in 118 scale. I don't want to say better, but easier. Hi, Odie. Odie's here. The girls got baths this morning, kids. They did. The fatal fluffy figure looks like an ooze mutated. Oh, shit. Does it? I don't know. Let's take a look. You guys tell me. I could see it. Yeah. CJ says, I can't do the Lord scale for Joe's. I only know of Super 7 and I loathe Super 7. That's totally cool. All around. My argument would be, what about everything 1982 to like 2010? What about that? Yeah. Because even after they started doing the 25th anniversary modern construction stuff in 2007, they were still making O-ring figures. Eddie says the pre-order game and Chad, me? Made me want to sell off all my classified. It's just going to take a while. Yeah, sometimes it does take a while. I'm not trying to knock on the line. You know, it's not for any personal reason or anything. But what I found is that a lot of the mom and pop stores don't want to deal in classified. It just sits. The Toy Odyssey. I live in a huge toy collecting area. I kind of have no choice but to pre-order. Sometimes I travel on my days off to Jersey to hunt. I've been successful doing that. Rad. That's right. You're in Manhattan, right? You're in the city. Do you miss the Toys R Us on Avenue of the Americas? Yeah. Or the FAO Schwartz that had that giant freaking AT-AT walker. Those were the days. Jim Largo, I'm going to star your comment about pre-order sales. Dreadnought, what's up, dude? Did you get your freaking Facebook shit fixed? I'm not a Hasbro, but I might become a Joy Toy Goy. You can get down with that Goy slot, bro? Hanging out with the noses. Yep. Bows, head, and shame. I ordered 2 Fatal Fluffies. Dude, there's no shame in that game, my dude. No shame in that game whatsoever. If you like them, get them. Get as many as you want. Enjoy it. Life is short. Drew G, what's up, buddy? It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Browncoat says, G.I. Joe is my favorite intellectual property of all time, but my hatred of the way Hasbro treats them and the quality of products and business model is slowly making me resent my all-time favorite property. I couldn't resent Joe just because of Hasbro. I couldn't. I understand what you're saying, but for all that it brought to my life, I could never. You know, I can love the intellectual property and not care for the company. So, yeah, I get your point, but nah. The Crimson Guard. Oh, the Crimson Guard is 1 per customer. Is it? I'm sorry, dude. I have 3. You just saw them. John, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Skydro Walker, always good to see you as well. Thank you, my man, for hanging out with us. Fatal Fluffies and Cold Slither were stupid then and now. Cobra Law is awesome. Hey, I love different opinions. I will always say it. Always, always, always. I have no real interest in any of them, but that's just me. Yeah. I also like a lot of the 90s Joes, spring-loaded neon stuff, right? I was the only one doing a freaking stream that was dedicated to 90s G.I. Joe. I'm a big fan. Dreadnought says, I've never won a channel membership ever. Someone said you have to change some settings to be able to get them. I don't know. I'm completely unaware, my dude. I wish that creators could, when we gift channel memberships, I think that we should be able to gift them to who we want. I mean, that's what I think. So, in fact, can I give some right now? Oh, let's give some channel memberships. Bam. I just gifted 5. Maybe you got one. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. I need to do that more regularly. Yeah, we can gift 10 a month. My favorite Leonard vehicle, says Crystal Clear, is their version of the Little Bird. There you go, man. Yep. Jim Largo says, I've ordered a few things for my Adventure Team Joes from Cotswold. Always a great experience. Yeah, that's because Greg's a true fan. A true fan. Dreadnought is up to 18 different 3.75-inch Cobra Commanders now. Sci-fi Swamp. I mean, that's a hell of a thing to walk into. You're talking about Gorlock. Crystal Clear is going to start calling it Gusher. No, it's Gorlock the Destroyer, dude. Whatever. You call her whatever you want. Yep. John says, I never missed that damn bumper. Worst luck on YouTube. I'm sorry. I don't know which one you saw, but CJ says, okay, so I could do the retro, but that's a lot of eBay shopping. Yeah. Yep. That's why the mom and pop, right? The brick and mortar collectible stores are the way to go, if possible. Milk Connor says, if they could ever make figures with Joe articulation and detail in the mask scale, I like to dream. I mean, the Sigma 6 mission scale is not bad, but yeah, you're not going to get all the hyper articulation G.I. Joe's known for. Yeah. Man of Action says, absolutely not. You get in on Delta 17 and Operation Recall. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm out of 6-inch. You can keep them, or you all can keep them. HGC can't speak for experiences other than Transformers, but Starscream is one of the evergreen characters. It'll be back up again down the line. FOMO is real. Yeah. But again, it's not just like the pre-order woes. There's the back end of the pre-order woes where people get their stuff canceled on them. And, you know, there's all the excuses and reasons and, you know, maybe possibly sort of, I don't know. Oh, well, they had to go to Target because Target didn't get their whole order, or they had to go to this e-retailer. People call them e-tailers. That's just stupid. For blah, 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 blah. It's like, look, you fucked that up. You fucked that up. And then you fucking burn me for something that I pre-ordered a year ago. And then everybody's talking. Oh, they started shipping. Oh, they started shipping. And then you're like that meme, the dude behind the tree, like, yeah, can't wait to get my fucking dolly. Screw you. Love Hasbro. You know, it's just, and it's not just Hasbro. It's not. So. Crash says, I'm in the desert. I don't have time to hunt. It's pre-order or I don't get it. And that's kind of right. I mostly pre-order stuff for my kids these days anyway. Oh, my kid, as you were. His friends cry when they see toys they never knew existed. Oh, Toy Odyssey says, yeah, I'm in Manhattan. That's what I thought. Like 2 minutes away from Cats. I do miss that Toys R Us. That steep ass fucking escalator. Yeah. Yeah, that Toys R Us was good. What about Toys R Us, says Son of GTO? It's a good place to get any Joe stuff. Any Joe stuff? I'm going to say that's individual results may vary. My Rosses, and there's a lot of them where I live, they never get shit. Nothing. Yeah. Dan, I'm going to star your comment about if pre-order doesn't mean where. Dreadnought says, I think I'm going to trade or sell my Joe side of classifieds, keep the Cobra, right, which you have said before. Dragonfly, Vamp, etc. will probably be available soon. I'm sure some stands will be all over that. CJ says, yeah, well, I mean, Joy Toy does killer 118 scale for Turtles. Also, Boss Fight does have some neat 118 scale. It's more fantasy, though. Look, the 118 scale Joy Toy Ninja Turtles foot soldier, blah, 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 blah. That figure's freaking awesome. When I first saw that, and the Walking Dead, like Riot Trooper, those would easily fit into a Joe collection. That's how I gauge things, right? I mean, would it look okay with my Joes? Sure. Billy D says it's tough, but we can't blame the Joes of the past for the woes of the present. Oh, I saw what you did there. Yeah. Joy Toy Battle for Space are amazing in 118 scale with 12-inch mechs. Yeah, I'm a very much concerned about going down that rabbit hole. Because then I'm FUKT. Keys Collects, what's up, dude? Checking in after my heat walk. Lols. Drink water. Oh, hey. Yeah, speaking of which.
Just checking in. Have you drank water today? Did you eat? Did you take your meds?
Oh, just wait, Michael. Just wait. It's all good. CC Murphy says, if prices on vintage hadn't quadrupled from when I sold mine in 2012 to when I started collecting again in 2019, I would have gone back to 118. Some of them are starting to normalize after the pandemic bullshit, but I mean, we'll see. Have any of the 90s Joes been represented and classified? I'm sure somebody already answered that. I also don't. I don't have like the list of everything that Classified's made because, you know, it's hard to keep up with all those Snake Eyes repaints. Eddie's figures. God, I hope I get a channel membership. I'm dying to be a real chat hole. Yep. And one thing I would never do is say, hey, if you guys really want to be channel members, just go join. It's, you know, whatever, $1 a month or $2 a month. I would never do that. I just try to gift them as much as I can and hope for the best. So Gorlock, Gorlock, Gorlock. Medieval Alchemist chiming in on the pre-orders. I'm going to star that, my dude. You need the Gorlock clip with Optimus Prime dialogue. That's the one that I have. I intentionally changed it from Optimus Prime to Jabba the Hutt. Tell me what I fucking need. You're supposed to be a ninja Fran, not a ninja bossy. Don't tell me what to do. Fucking my channel, fucking my show. Yeah, that's the one that I had, but I didn't want the I am Optimus Prime. Yeah. Starscream and Insecticons were canceled. You know what? I'm going to star this. We're going to come back to that. We are going to come back around to that. Keys Collect says the articulation in the mega constructs figures is crazy for the size. No Joe, though, I don't think. I have some Motu and Halo. There you go. Jeffy says being primarily an import collector, pre-order is a way of life, unfortunately, or the secondary market, and you pay $150 for a figure only to watch it be re-released a month later. That happens. But let me ask you this, Jeffy. Put this in the chat, and I'll star it for later in the conversation. Primarily an import collector, so it's not the usual suspect, you know, big American toy corporations. Are their pre-order business practices better than, say, a Mattel or a Hasbro or whoever else? Fucking McFarlane. Yeah, put that in the chat. HGC, I'm going to star that about Walmart. Titan, I'm starring that about that. HGC says, I adapt, overcome, and find a lot of the cancel items at Ross or Ollie's for 50% down the line. And that's the balance, right? With the way that distribution, sales, pre-order business models, exclusives, yada, 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 the way that all of that plays out, I would say that 99.9% of us around these parts, you know, we're all seasoned collectors. We're not the tourists and the fucking fly-by-nights. We all understand it's a marathon, not a sprint. However, the more of these companies, to include your Walmarts and your Targets and all that stuff, fuck it up, the harder it is to be sure, like, no, I can find that later. And it doesn't have to be, you know, a Rosscon or an Ollie's. You'd just be like, oh, I could find it at Walmart in 6 months. Could you, though? Could you? I mean, there are waves of toy lines that you never even see on shelves because they don't get to them before the point in time where they would be marked down for clearance anyway. So either they come out and they go directly to clearance, or they just look at all those cases and go, just send it to the discount stores. And that happens a lot. Nicotronis, my Rosses were stocked with retro card classified around the holidays, but mostly just NECA crap now. Yeah, you guys remember when stores used to expand their toy departments for Christmas time, and now it's just like the Fisher Price, like kitchens and push carts and shit. Pathfinder Bill, what's up, man? What's going on? Will forever collect the Lord scale. That's what I'm saying. I'm just collecting the original 13 and classified and done. Well, you are right around the corner for that. Oh, yeah. Toys R Us. Yeah. I know him. I know Rob. The frickin' the Steel Brigade shirt I was wearing the other day came from Rob Ross. Yeah. My good buddy Brad Davenport shops there all the time. In fact, sometimes Brad will call me on FaceTime and I will do shopping via Brad while he's in the store. 100%. I'm tracking. I know. Chad, I'm talking. Oh, yeah. I'm with you. Gotcha. CC Murphy says, if I did go back to 118 scale, I would go all in on the Chicken Fried Toys Legends of the Wild West. The First Sergeant Bell, which is an homage to Michael Bell, who voices Duke, who's the First Sergeant of G.I. Joe. That's a fun figure. That is definitely a rad figure. Skydro Walker says, I saw a post about Ross raising prices too. A classified is now $20 at Ross. That era is over. Well, I mean, they got wise, right? Again, don't hate the player, hate the game. You know, if Ross can make more money, it is what it is. David Andrews says, my Ross in my neck of the woods is a joke. Always I have a better shot of getting stuff. Just saw the Raph and Rocksteady with Joe. It was cool. I was looking for the snake eyes. Right on. Jesse from JLS Comics. I just bought one of those NECA Arkham Nightwing Eskrima sticks at Ross. That's pretty cool. Like 5 of us know what you're talking about. Eskrima sticks, right? Lado 101. Is it Lado? I hope it's Lado. Lado. Evening chat and chat. Respect from over the pond. Thank you very much for being here from over the pond. You are in good company with people on your side of the world. You want some good figures to add to your Joe collection? Get yourself a Haya Predator or an Alien figure. I have the Haya RoboCop Ed 209. He looks good. And I have the Power Loader from Aliens. Can't go wrong with those. What year did Big Ben come out? He came out, I want to say 1990. Right? G.I. Joe, ARAH. I'm sure somebody already freaking answered it, right? In the chat. Somebody already answered it. Let's see. He was re-released in 2001 with the Real American Hero Collection. Yeah, 1991, as you were. 91. Yep. Big Ben was 91. I knew that he was 90s because I covered him on Neon at Night. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Big Ben and Heavy Duty are 90s. Yes, that is correct. They absolutely are. And General Flag the Third, Ace version 3. There's a ton of awesome stuff in the 90s. Tons. Slade says 91 degrees outside. Should have mowed the lawn. I'm paying for it. Womp womp. Eddie says $1 a month. Hold my chuckles. BRB. I believe it is. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, there you go. $1.99 a month for channel membership, less than a piece of bazooka gum a day. Or the big gulp. One big gulp. Keys collects. I don't know why that didn't. I sold so much during the pandemic. Building a more curated collection has been more fun. I mean, that's the key word, right? Fun. It's what it should be. And that's one of the cool things about all of these hobbies that we engage in. It's a unique experience to you. And it should be. I would have accepted Unicron as well for the voice of Gorlock. I'd probably get sued by somebody's estate for that. Just kidding. Yeah, Jeffy did give his vamp to Greg Brown while we were at DFW last year. It was very nice of him he just gifted it to him. Okay, Jeff, I'm gonna star that. Thank you for the answer. Skydrow Walker, I'm starring that. I keep playing the game until I can't. Not sure if the big box stores are even going to change. Yeah, why would they? They want to sell you shitty vacuum cleaners that are going to break in a year. That's what they want to sell you. Toys are they're just there. All about profit, not customer service. Sucks that exclusives go to shitlord corporations. A little bit. Seasoned collectors and old. Oh, seasoned equals old age plus disgruntled. That's me. A little bit. A little bit. Oh, yeah. Sears. Sears was awesome. They would get exclusives and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. CJ says, with Classified, it's just the original 13 and Dreadnoks at this point. I'm only missing 2 on each. Flash Grand Slam and what? Thrasher and whoever? Not sure. The Haya Cobra Commander I have is the tits. Yes, again, because designed by Apra Studios. Yeah. The Haya Cobra Commander is freaking amazing. Look, yeah. Big Ben was 91. CC Murphy says, I did have all of the Haya and Justice figures. The quality of those sucked. I had several fall apart right out of the blister. I will say that there are some questionable design choices that Haya has, where instead of the hand pegging into the forearm, it's reversed. I guess for different range of motion, but the hands just fall off that way. Yeah, just a thought. I remember Rainbow the Hutt. Yeah. I'm white, so would I be considered an unseasoned collector? Unseasoned. Get it?
What the hell is even that?
Larry Menchaca, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Oh, Zanzibar. Yeah, Zanzibar. What if he's going to come with his stupid skiff? Now, as soon as Dreadnought started turning the corner into piracy, I said, yeah, I'm not even feeling that. Justin Booth says, I have Haya Toys RoboCop, both the regular battle damage Robo Kane. That's RoboCop too. I'm bummed they never made the rest of the characters from the film. Yeah, agreed. Understood. I will say this, if you want a 2 scale ED209 for anybody who cares, and if you don't, whatever, just sit there and listen to it anyway. You got to get the 1/12 scale ED209 because the 118 scale is too small to scale with 118 figures. Krusty Old Crow says, I'm finding the pre-orders lately game is predictable. Do you want to expand on that? Predictable how? We don't need seasoned food is a stereotype, but I use tons of salt. Henry Ford was known to take people that he was going to offer a job, like a higher up job within Ford Motor Corporation. He would take them out to dinner. If they seasoned their food before they tasted it, he would not hire them. That was his litmus test. I don't know why I know that, but I know that. Nicotrona says 3D printing a slime pit, and that's not a euphemism. Hell yeah, man. There you go. Right there. Krusty, what happened to your dick feels? Dick feels? Do we have a Dick feels here? Suka, I'm going to star your pre-order comment. Crystal Clear says, my only experience with Haya is their 112 scale Rambo from First Blood. They got one of the weapons for him wrong. Womp, womp. Jesse? I love my Haya Aliens APC. Same, dude. Same. It's so freaking awesome. Wish they'd do the Cheyenne dropship in the same scale. I would be all over that. I would absolutely be all over it. Did you guys see that the original models of the Kenner 90s alien dropship have been circulating? Those look freaking awesome. That thing would have been cool. I'm finding tenors order game predictable. Tenors. Is that a typo? Keys is switching over to the TV. So now, yeah, again, I need to make that promo saying that I'm shown in X number of living rooms around the world or something like that. Yeah. We need to go steal that from Liam because that's that bullshit. Oh, Slade understands. You knew the story about Henry Ford? Yeah. CC Murphy. I'm Italian. I use tons of seasonings when I cook. I do too. Yeah. 100%. Plus, I smoked for like 25 years, so my taste buds are just shit. Jim Largo, any inside baseball on why Lenny's classified Dreadnought line never got motorcycles? Should have been a no-brainer. Nope. No. The shoulda, coulda, woulda stuff. The only stuff I ever hear in regard to that is I'm sorry, I'm having one of my moments. When they have a bunch of people sitting around in a room and they ask them questions. Come on. I'm sorry. It happens sometimes. I can't get there. Focus groups. Yeah. So I hear like a lot of focus group stuff like, oh, this was thrown out to the focus group, or maybe I'll get one of the watermarked slides and get a chance to take a look at it. Yeah, they threw this out to the focus group, and then usually the focus group's like, no, because that didn't exist in 1985. Kill a King, new pre-order on Fatal Fluffies was a new wrench in the flash sellout FOMO strategies. Ooh, do you want to expand on that? The Fatal Fluffies was a new wrench in the flash sellout FOMO strategies. Yeah, expand on that if you can. Thievin, what's up, Thievin? I'm in my 50s, even though I collect 12-inch mostly. I grew up with 3 3/4 inch and consider it the Lord scale because it is the Lord scale. Yep. 1/12 is the OG, or as you were. 1/6 scale or 12-inch is the original, the OG. But the Lord scale will always be the longest running world building scale. Period. Paragraph. Done. Adventure People, Mego, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, on and on and on and on and on. The largest toy ever made. Ever. 1/18 scale. Suka says, I'd take out a mortgage for a scaled Cheyenne dropship. So good. Where's the damn beacon? Wait, they were going to do a dropship for the Kenner Aliens line? Yes, they were. Yeah. Kevzilla has a few Haya Godzilla figures and his enemies. Nice. Let's see. I'm just cruising through the chat. Crystal Clear says, I figured the evac fighter was their version of the dropship with the rotating fan in the back. Nah. I turned that thing into a freaking Joe ship. Yeah. Let's see. I'm just trying to get a little ahead. Okay, Killer King, I'm going to star those, and then I will come back around to it. Apparently, it became the VR Trooper ship eventually. Yeah, VR Troopers. If anyone remembers, VR Troopers took the Fire Bat mold and made a freaking awesome vehicle out of that. Awesome. I did a video on it. The wings fold up. It's got little firing missile pods. It is fantastic. It's got 2 joysticks on it. Yeah. Hey, let's look at some stuff, shall we? Yeah, we're an hour in. I think we got time. We're going to crank this out. Ladies and gentlemen, let's ramp it up. Mandatory fun. Here we go. Because the conversation will never go away. Medieval Alchemist is our comment of the day. I did not mean for that to rhyme. He sent me this message and said, that G.I. Joe gem shit is retarded. The kitchen sink mentality is another of many reasons why I'm leaving Classified. I may cherry pick a few, but if I can get them on sale, but fuck that gem shit. Classified has zero identity. That pisses me off because it's hurting the brand. Anyway, end of rant. I just wanted to share that. Just wanted to share it. Not because I 100% agree with it, even though I mostly do. Mostly. They mostly come out at night. But yeah, I wanted to share that. Remember, if you want to get considered for comment of the day, leave an awesome comment on any of these streams or videos, or just send me something edgy on Instagram. And then so apparently this guy Kit Connor is landing the role of Cyclops in the MCU. Okay, but they had to make it a point to talk about his bedroom preferences. I don't know why. I don't know if it's to create controversy so people talk about it more. This all goes back to, what does that matter? What does that stuff even matter? So what? Who cares? If we're in that true age of everyone's equal rights for everybody, why do we need to throw our bedroom preferences in people's faces? So just wanted to share that. Just some dumb shit. Yep. HGC says, yeah, but Medieval Alchemist comment is truly outrageous. He didn't mean to rhyme. He just did it all the time, but that's why he's a Chad Hole Prime. Gotcha. Eddie's Figures says, the thing about this is,
I don't know, man. Seems kind of gay to me.
It's just one of those things, you don't need to even bring that stuff into the conversation. It could literally just look like this and good to go, right? Who cares? It shouldn't be some kind of entry into why he got the role. There doesn't need to be a justification. If they think he acts well and he could pull off, Scott, then cool, whatever, who cares? Bisexual when he has Jean Grey and Emma Frost as options. Well, but a lot of people in the comments were like, well, you understand that him and Jean and Wolverine are a throuple, so yeah, he should be. And it's like, stop. Who cares what the human person, the real person, the actor is? Just write Cyclops well. Do a good job portraying the character, and who fucking cares? Yeah, even Suka says we all know Scott secretly loves Logan. But there are a lot of people, they're trying to justify this part of the post right here by saying, oh, well, Wolverine and Scott and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. Again, if you just cut that shit out, then you wouldn't have to be bringing all this, identity politics, box checking bullshit into the conversation. If you're doing it for your ESG score, because yeah, that's a requirement with a lot of these lending companies for, production houses, fine. but you don't need to do that. Yeah. Redfin says classified line by Hasbro, mainly more retooling, more reusing. Oh, Redfin, do you think we'll see a brand new line for upcoming G.I. Joe movie by Danny McBride? You mean, will we see a new classified line? Yeah, I do. I absolutely do. I haven't heard anything. I haven't asked, but yeah. Dreadnought says, I like the vagine. Since we have to wrap our sexuality into our whole personality. Well, I mean, you and what? The majority of everyone else? Yeah. Bobby Vance says, but the whole thing's a lie. Yeah. Yeah, you could build a million bridges, but you know what happens when you suck one? Womp womp. Anyway. Justin Booth, just wait. They're going to try to make him have a love triangle with Gene and a male mutant. You think so? You think so? Oh, and then he goes on to say this.
That's that bullshit!
Who knows? I don't know. Yeah. Suka says it's going to be hard to beat James Marsden. Do you want to beat James Marsden with your soft, supple hand? Lotto says Freddie Mercury was gay, didn't stop me from loving Queen. No, and it also was something that Freddie Mercury did not want to define his band either. Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. The actor's intimate proclivities should not have a bearing on the character they portray. Yeah. That's why I'm so sick of media these days. Again, it's all about they got to put identity politics into everything. It's hard for them to just not. They can't help that. They can't get out of their own fucking way. Just like Millie Alcock and all that dumb shit with Supergirl and, ooh, since it's Pride Month, do you think that Kara would blah, blah, blah? Yeah, I think she totally would, because I'm pandering. Who fucking cares? Yeah. The G.I. Joe line will be 5 POA for the kids. Look, if they did a Joe line like those cheaper Star Wars figures, hell yeah, man, I'd be all about that. I exactly would be. There'd be a bigger outrage if they dared to cast a heterosexual as North Star. Yeah, probably. Crystal Clear says, I beat him with these nuts. Hi, how are you? Did you just come back? Hello there. What do they mean by alpha man leader? Kit Connor definitely doesn't look like an alpha male, more catcher than a pitcher. Well, yeah, alpha man leader Cyclops. The whole post just seems weird. Just seems real weird. Yeah. Toy Odyssey says him being cast as Scott doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, okay, cool. I mean, if the dude can act, whatever, who cares? That's it. You know, just work out. I think that should be one of those prerequisites of being in a superhero role or a comic book hero role. Like this part that I'm hovering over with my mouse doesn't matter worth a shit. You want to look like that. As you know, as best as possible. Look what Affleck did for Batman. Look what Henry Cavill did. On and on and on. Like, look what Hugh Jackman's always done. Ryan Reynolds. If you're gonna get a comic book hero role, you got to put in some work. That Robert Pattinson vegan Batman bullshit, dude, looked like he could be beaten up by a stiff breeze. So anyway, Lotto says. Maybe has been. Sorry, Hasbro should do old Action Force line. If they still own the rights, get Red Shadows out Half actors and actresses are bi anyway. Who cares as long as well, that's the whole point. Who cares? If we're all equal, what does it matter? We don't need to frickin' even lead with that. It's commonly accepted these days. Just put that shit away. It's pointless. Just pointless. Justin Booth says, we all know what Disney's trying to do with Marvel's popular characters. They want to make them gay. Well, I mean, they have been changing the sexuality of characters. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. Testes nuts. Testes nuts. That was a typo, Chad. Hello there. Good to see you. Exactly. Crystal clear. As long as he can portray the character accurately, I don't care what he does. That's the thing. Most people don't care. I talk at length about how most of our great nation, and there are people here from outside the United States as well. Most of us, we're very centrist. We're very middle of the road. We just don't care. It's the extremists in one direction or another that care about everything. They have to rally against something to one degree or another. Just, okay, cool. Leave it just like this. That's fine. Kit what's-his-fuck landing the role of Cyclops in the MCU. But why is it a big deal, right? It's a big deal that this bi dude got this. No, it's not. It's not. You're trying to make it a big deal. And that's kind of the only thing I wanted to talk about that. Yeah, he can act. Boom, there you go. That's all I give a shit about. Yeah, Christian Bale for Batman Begins, he got big. Everything else, he didn't give a fuck. So, yeah. And by Dark Knight Rises, who cared? That movie was a shit show. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Eddie. It's provocative. It gets people going. All of this hype stuff, if it's engineered scarcity, fear of missing out, pre-order bullshit with toys, if it's creating some kind of provocative headline with other stuff in our hobbies. It was the same thing with Assassin's Creed Shadows. Oh, well, Yasuke, and he was a black dude, and he was a samurai in feudal Japan, and they just ran it all the time. My argument was always, if they made Assassin's Creed Shadow like fucking Tenchu Stealth Assassin, that game would have been a hit, a freaking hit. But no, right? They had to push the agenda and the race card and all this stuff, and then nobody fucking wanted it. Medieval Alchemist, I wonder how they'll handle Iceman. You know what they're going to do. Come on now. X-Men 97 actually made Cyclops look cool in animation form. Look, the Jim Lee redesign of Cyclops is just friggin' awesome. It's awesome. Yeah. I mean, that Jim Lee X-Men #1 cover, everybody knows that cover. That thing is fucking balls deep. And I'm not even a Marvel person or an X-Men person. Yeah, I mean, I've read them. I know about it. Yakety yak yak. But that book, the first time I saw that, hell yeah. That book was sweet. Toy Odyssey says there's a lot of great hetero actors who can play Scott. Why a gay dude? That's my issue with the casting. And that's fine if that's your issue with it. My issue with it is why do you have to just slam it right in the headline like that? Oh, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Because, like Bobby said, we want people to talk about it. We got to use social media, for the fucking echo chamber stuff. That's why I love Jesse. Unless he's becoming Biclops. You get it, kids? Biclops?
How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
There you go. Look at that. I found a good use for that. The message. It is the message. 100% the message. Jim Largo says Cyclops has too many pouches and too little leadership. look, at least he doesn't have pouches on pouches. Okay. Now, if it was Rob Liefeld instead of Jim Lee, it would be pouches on pouches and all sorts of bullshit. Justin Booth, Ben Affleck worked with a trainer for 15 months, gaining roughly 30 pounds of mass to reach 231 pounds at 7.7% body fat before leaning out to a heavy 225, 228. Look, I don't care what people say about Zack Snyder or, everything that went down with his, DC extended universe or whatever they call the DCEU. Affleck's Batman would rip any other live action Batman in half like a phone book, period. He's my height, like 6'4", 6'5", and the dude was just a tank. And he could move. Yeah, 100%. There's a totally legit, in quotes, I'm sure it's totally legit, poll making the rounds that Gen Z doesn't want sex scenes in their movies. What? Are they all retarded? But yet they're so focused on identifying sexuality. We are indeed in times of the weak they, thems. It's all fucking Gen Zs. It's all Gen Zs. 100%. Not all Gen Zs, but it's all Gen Z. You know what I mean? Yeah. The kids these days, like the 8 to 12-year-old kids these days, they're bad as fuck. Like you see them jumping dirt bikes and setting shit on fire. And yeah, we're coming back to the good old days. You're 6'4", Chad? Yeah, I'm like 6'4", 6'5". I'm like right in the middle of that. Jesus, how are you Italian and tall? It just depends. Do we really need to get into this? I'll answer anything, but my mother, before she started shrinking from old age, she was 6 feet tall. My daughter, who's, still in her teens, yes, late teens, she's 5'10". The ma'am's tall. Now, my father and brother, they were Goombas. They were short. My brother was 5'10". My father was like 5'10", 5'9". Yeah. Yeah, I got the tall side. 100%. Oh, Larry, what's up, dude? Just for you, baby.
Ay, mira. Para ti solo, Carlos. Oh, papucha.
Look, the end of that, papucha, always fucking cracks me up. Ken the Band says Batfleck was the best looking Batman, and that fight scene to say Martha was prime. Best 5 to 10 minutes of Batman ever in live action, period, paragraph. Granted, I don't need to say it, that these are opinions. Yeah. Could you see that Batman, the Batfleck warehouse fight Batman, go up against Michael Keaton? Stiff has to do the coin Batman turn from Batman Returns, where he has like nothing. No, if Batfleck dropped in on him, that would be it. That'd be it. That'd be like Azrael Batman and Bruce Wayne going at it. Crystal Clear says whoever said they don't watch sex scenes in their movies, they're gay. Can I dunk? Well, I don't play basketball. You mean like, could I reach the hoop? I guess that depends on my vertical game. Yeah. Slade on Slade says, yeah, I was shocked when I first saw Chad. I said, damn, that boy's tall. Again, everyone who ever sees me in person, it's the whole Clark Kent thing. I'm always wearing my glasses. I don't need them 2 feet from my face where the monitor is. Yeah. They don't expect me to be huge. Yeah. That's a huge bitch. Real Tony Rebel. Hey, Chad. Hey, Real Tony. Can we one day talk about the complete fumbles of the Power Rangers franchise by Hasbro? Yes, we absolutely can. You know what? In fact, let's take a pause for the cause for Real Tony Rebel, and I'm going to add it to the mother freaking list right now. How about that? Hasbro, Mighty Morphin, Power Rangers, Fumble. How about that? That cool? There you go. It's on the list, dude. Too easy. If there's a topic that anybody wants to talk about, just do exactly what Real Tony Rebel just did. Hey, one day can we talk about this? I will put it on the list, I promise. Chad's 6'4" or 6'5", depending on which gas station he walks out of. Can we just stop? We need to move on. Let's stop talking about that. Yeah. Dreadnought says, I can't no more, but I could grab rim and I'm 5'10". There you go, man. Mama Chad was a Spartan woman. Yep. Ken the Band says, I'm short. Trust me, I was eye level with his navel. Will, what's up? Yeah. Are you Northern or Southern Italian? Half my family's Northern Italian, half my family's Southern Italian. The ma'am is Northern Italian, and I am. Yeah. My family, my namesake, all comes from Calabria. There is actually a mountain range in Southern Italy named after my family. Yeah. My family has deep, deep, deep roots all the way back to the Roman Empire. Guaranteed. Not to dox myself anymore, but yeah, that's the thing. 100%. My buddy was a stunt double in that movie, Useless Fact. I'm sorry, Eddie. I'm behind the chat, so I don't know what movie you're talking about. Are you talking about BVS? BVS? Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Public service announcement from War Chest Full of Toys. Sex in movies, and War Chest appears. Yeah, look, you got to have it. Yeah. Anyway, just cruising through. Everybody's talking about Batfleck and Keaton and all that stuff. Yeah. Chad is so tall that CIF issued him 2 bivouacs. I remember back in the day when we would be issued a shelter half. Yep. You and your battle buddy would be issued each a half of a shelter, and then you would put it together and then sleep under said shelter. Yeah. Zero, what is up, my friend? Good to see you. How was the 12-Step Rebel show? It was freaking awesome. Amazing. We killed it. Fucking ruined it. We ruined that show. It was so good. Oh, Eddie's talking about BVS. Awesome. There's a mountain range in southern Italy called Chad Holes. The Chad Hole Mountain Range? Yes, that's exactly what it's called. Thank you very much. Dan, hey, when are we talking about cryptids? I know it's only been a few days just busting balls. It's on the list. Well, once we get down the list, I don't remember how far it is. Dreadnought says, what is this bullshit? What is this? We're going to lose gravity for 7 seconds. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, hey, let's move on from this because that's that bullshit. I brought this up. Did anybody see this shit? This photo of Sydney Sweeney and Sophie Cunningham is breaking the freaking internet. All the angry leftist white women who, hate Western society, they are just completely losing their shit over this picture. Yeah, I just wanted to share it. Don't shoot the messenger. Chad, that's pretty cool. Your last name is Holes. It's not. It's not. It's really not. Yeah. I'm just saying, I wanted to share this because they are just freaking losing their minds about this. Because, yeah, leftist white women are happy with anything. Anything. Not themselves, especially their husbands. Oh, my God. My middle name is likes butt. Oh, Chad likes buttholes. Look at this. Enhance. Like so. Like, how about right there? How about there? Is that good? Leftists are hot phobic. Stop the haughty hate. They are. Yeah. They're the ones that make beautiful women ugly in video games and yeah, they don't like anything beautiful. Oh, are we playing Smash or Pass? Foam Former says Smash. I don't know. Oh, I forgot her. Did I though?
Everyone does it. Now you can do it too. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Shut the hole in your face. Like that.
You're welcome. Yeah. Sophie Cunningham is part of the IBTC, but she's cute. Yeah, all right. Yeah, anyway, I just wanted to share this point right here, right? It's about the point. Chooches. Hey, chat. Is an appropriate time for you to share your thoughts on building a 9mm Arma type pew pew. Hopefully the code speak makes sense. 223 is so expensive. I saw a guy do a Helldivers 2 Liberator build out of a bullpup style pew, and it was freaking awesome. Share my thoughts on building a 9mm Arma type pew. I don't really have any thoughts on that, I guess. I mean, I could work on some, and then we could get back to that. Do you guys remember, how many of you were there when I had Doodog on my Sunday show and he on screen showed his Nerf blaster? Do you guys remember that? Good Lord, I almost had a heart attack. I love you too, Eddie. 100%. Who needs to have a point with this photo? Nobody. Are we going to talk skinwalkers and Shaquille O'Neal Sasquatch? Yes, we are. Yeah, we're going to talk about cryptids one day. Anywho, I just wanted to share that because, once again, right, the left is just miserable. The left, not liberals, the left. I will always stress that. And then somebody told me that I needed to watch this trailer. Hold up. Let me get rid of the bottom part. Did you guys watch this trailer? War Chest just picked up a sweet ass Ruger AC556 pew. Hell yeah, dude. Mutron, isn't it your constitutional right? Okay. God-given rights. The Constitution bars the government from messing with those rights, right? Inalienable. We have inalienable rights to bear arms. Yes. It's not a constitutional right. It's an inalienable right. The Constitution is what says the government cannot interfere with said rights. So yes, but different. This is where people kind of skew it. This is where these elected officials who are supposed to represent us but think they're there to tell us what to do, they skew it because they want to abuse it. Milk says, yeah, I told you a week ago. Yes, you did. You did. So I watched the trailer with the ma'am. It looks freaking awesome. It's going to be another firestorm, just like Citizen Vigilante. You fucking know it will. All of you know it will. Yeah, you did send me a clip of it. Yes, thank you. I'm just saying that, like, it was made aware to me that I needed to watch this trailer, and I did. Yeah. Yeah, Michael Zimmerman says, the government can't take away your God-given rights, except all those times that they do. We're not getting into that today. That's, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Crystal Clear says, if the founding fathers saw what their country has turned into, they'd rise from the graves and raise hell. They fucking should. And they need to bring Ronald Reagan and Teddy Roosevelt with them. I don't know about Lincoln, but maybe, whatever. Yeah. Mutron says, apologies. I'm not currently a channel member. Finances are a little. Dude, don't ever apologize. Absolutely not. Please, please don't. I would never push channel membership on anyone. I would never say anything about anyone that isn't or was but isn't now. No, 100% not. I fully understand that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Eddie, Virginia. It's crazy. A lot of the original 13 colonies are just fucking cooked. So, hey, but Abraham Lincoln was a vampire hunter. I heard that, yeah. Mm-hmm. Justin Booth says this movie looks raw, gritty, aggressive, and unapologetic. I like it. I like it a lot. I like pizza. Yeah. Agreed. But this is what I wanted to talk about. Yes, I wanted to come back around to the conversation about run, hide, fight infidels. Reagan was the last USA president I'd go rescue from a band of ninjas. If you know, you know, says HGC. 100%. Yeah, the Gipper. God, just to listen back to his speeches, like how moving they were. War Chest Full of Toys says, get your membership on or you won't be invited to the all-you-can-eat hot dog party and shaved ice Jamba Jam. That is true. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lotto says, I'll join soon. Bobby Ballot keeps taking all my money. Good. Give your money. Like, you guys spend your money where you want to spend your money. Let's stop talking about my channel memberships, please. Why is that man holding his gun at a strange angle? I've fired weapons like that a ton of times around a corner. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, you corner shot with your primary firing hand and your non-primary firing hand. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, man, when you got to peek out from a corner. Because you hold your weapon like this, and when you lean out like that, your weapon's automatically going to turn. You got to keep your sight picture. Yeah, look, that's why there's a term called shooter preference. You do what works for you. But holy shit. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. War Chest Full of Toys gifted fucking 20 channel memberships. 20.
Wolverines! Hell yeah!
Bro. War Chest, thank you so much. Thank you, my friend. The only thing that I can say is I hope the 20 people who received your gracious gift are appreciative of it. And it's not like fucking retarded woke hate watchers. Thank you, War Chest, truly. To any of you who received gifted channel memberships today, from either War Chest, from Kevzilla, and then lastly from myself, because they're free. I hope you really appreciate those. You guys are awesome. And I wish I could see who they were. Jeffy, if you're here and you can see who they were, can you put them all in a chat? If you would, please. Yeah, War Chest, you're fucking awesome, dude. And now I lost where I was in the live chat. Oh, where was I? Hold on, I'm scrolling. Okay, here. We're good. Crusty Old Crow says urban operations shooting isn't the same. Yeah, what is known as MOUT or military operations in urban terrain, especially when you look at like the verticality and all that stuff of it, it is a whole different machine all unto itself. It definitely is. It is a meat grinder. Don't ask me how I know, but yeah. Corner arc them bullets like in that movie. Wanted? Mm-hmm. Drew G likes to lie. That's why he's a channel member. So I'll read his lying channel member comments. Chad makes me be a channel member or he won't read my chats. Again, that's just a lie. Straight up fucking lie. Dude, War Chest, thank you so much, man. Thank you. War Chest and I, we got it like that. We have little secret squirrel conversations about all the Hasbro stuff. Because everybody knows that War Chest knows stuff. So, yeah. We have our little secret conversations. Jim Largo says maybe we're seeing a turning point in movies. Hollywood is bankrupt and independent studios are bringing back movies that make you think. Agreed. They're also bringing back entertaining movies, and it's not about pandering or, preaching a fucking message to you. Here's the point. You guys ready to see the point? Boy, strap on your fucking knee pads for this shit show. Daily Wire posted this. And then this fucking, probably a squiggle, Cush-minded. In reality, you ready? We have never seen squiggles running through our city with guns drawn, but go to the Middle East and ask if they've ever seen the American military in their streets. You know how we always talk about people that they just make shit up to fit their agenda all the time, and we got to call it out. We got to call it out every chance we get. So, what about this? No? Okay. Just, again, remember this comment from this fucking turd, right? This person's either a sand person or they're fucking 100% anti-American, leftist, Democrat, socialist piece of shit. We have never seen, sand people running through our city with guns drawn. Just remember that. That's his argument about this fucking trailer for a movie. A movie. Could you imagine back in the day when, Canon Films and all those independent film companies, to go along with what Jim Largo was saying, when they were making awesome movies like Invasion USA with Chuck Norris, and people are like, but we've never seen Russians running through our cities with guns drawn. Yeah. Right? HGC Daily Wire, I am leaving. Oh, the huge manatees. What the fuck? Are you saying humanity? What are you talking about? And yeah, we're just gonna keep trucking. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna leave this on the screen. I'm not gonna read it. Yeah. So we're proving points, right? That this is how we quantify bullshit. This is lies for an agenda, 100%, right? Narrative. So, yeah. Anybody remember the Orlando Rainbow Club? Well, look at that guy. And then there's the numbers. I'm not going to read them. I'm just going to put them on the screen and just kind of talk over them. Remember that? I remember. Pepperidge Farms remembers. That was in 2016. Oh, how about this? In 2015, does anybody remember this? San Bernardino, California. There's your numbers. What about this? I fucking remember this. Look at that. Oh my God. It's fucking Desert Santa. Yeah, everybody remembers him, right? He was a major. He was a major in the Army. Yeah. 2009. There you go. There's the numbers for him. But remember, those people don't do that. They don't do that. No. They don't send all their military age males to invade countries. No. New Orleans, 2025. No. Again, there's your numbers. Yeah. Moving on. This guy, Air Force Recruiting Station, 2015. No, that's totally not. That's not a squiggle, right? That's no Aloha snack bar. You guys know what that is, kids, right? That is that bullshit. 100%. Over a movie. And I'm sure Larry Hama is going to have something to say about it too. But we can't talk about the truth. We can't talk about reality. You can't show quantifiable numbers, dates, names, things like that. It ruins the message because the message, it's lies. Well, golly gosh, gee, what do you know? Yeah. Yep, and then that. Yeah, squiggles, dude. It's squiggle. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Arabic has fallen a long way since their math. If you know, you know, right? Anyway, moving on from that. I'm just saying, like, that fucking, when I saw that, I was like, oh no, I can find some proof. Just wait a second. Hold on. Let me totally destroy your narrative. Yeah, in like 6 images. And you could keep going. Yeah, freaking Durka. You could keep going 100%. I'll put this on the screen to acknowledge it and just say, Mutron, I'm very sorry to hear that. But yeah, I'll just leave it there. Ken the Band says, watching North Korean defectors see how Americans live and our ability with pews is always fun. The BS propaganda they've been fed had them convinced we are weak. Oh yeah, and that, you know, we're Satan and this, that, and the other thing. Sure, of course. Propaganda is a powerful tool. I mean, again, we talked about, you know, how leftists see a picture of Sydney Sweeney and Sophie Cunningham and they just can't take it. Oh, hey, that's it. That's all I got for the images. Yeah, that's it. Look at that. I wanted to share that. One thing I am going to pull up, though, is the freaking poll. Did you guys all vote in a poll? If you didn't vote in a poll, do it now, because then I'm going to close it. Oh, this is what we need in classified right here. I'm sure somebody thought of it. We need a bisexual Scott Summers in classified. Yeah, and a freaking warmonger. 100%, man. Yeah, propaganda mixed with IQs in the 70s and 80s is especially powerful. Oh, Sydney Sweeney in classified. They could probably classify her up and then make her combat ready. Team America in classified. Yeah, that's that bullshit. 30 channel memberships gifted today. Fuck. If you received one of those channel memberships, by all means, go to the membership tab, and there are tons of videos, members only streams, hundreds of hours of shit. Just for you. Welcome to the club. Yeah, there's all sorts of other membership perks. Discounts on merchandise in the store and polls that I ask people to vote in and help me come up with designs. It's fun. Very fun. Dude, your channel's getting bigger. I know, right? I know. It's funny. I said a while ago I was ripping off the Band-Aid and I was going to stand my ground and not apologize, and look where we're at now. Yeah. Oh, and there's a channel members only Discord. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate that. Thank you for bringing that up, dude. Slade says, thank you for the membership to whoever gave it to me. Sorry, I was away for a minute. I believe it was War Chest Full of Toys, dude. He gifted 20. Yeah, he did. Dude, I could never thank you enough for that. But yeah, if you're a channel member, check out one of the members only pregame streams. I do them every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern for like the past month. Jeffy's been putting the link to the members only Discord in there, so you can go back, rewatch it, or just wait till this Sunday, whatever. And yeah, you can find the link to the Discord. Also, channel members just voted in a poll for the thumbnail for this Sunday's main stream, and I'm going to end that poll tomorrow. So for your new channel membership, Go look at the posts. Blah blah blah. Anyway, we're gonna get away from that. Let's look at the poll. We're gonna end this poll right meow meow meow. Is the pre-order model busted? Was today's poll. 88% of you say yes. 12% of you say no. Okay, cool. I dig it. I like to have varying opinions. I like to hear people's input on stuff because we don't all see things through the same lens or the same experiences. I am not going to show any videos, but you can see what I typed in the search. Toy pre-order problem. Very, very simple, right? 3-word prompt. And there's a lot of videos, different opinions and observations, right? This one's just about hot toys. Why do action figure pre-orders sell out? Now, don't watch this because this is fucking Spectre Creative, right? He's just making excuses. Don't ever listen to fucking Spectre Creative. Never listen to Scott Knightlick. He's full of shit. Problem with video game pre-orders. Okay, yeah, that might be a good one. And then here you go, right? Look who it is, the Fatal Fluffy. Now, this is Mike from Tidarium Hanger. I like Mike, right? I like Mike. In stock, sold out pre-orders, Hasbro Pulse roller coaster of ordering exclusives. Yeah, he's a good dude. Starscream sacrilege, pre-order problems, and punctured packaging. Okay. Again, I don't know who a lot of these people are, and I don't necessarily care. Obviously, I know Mike from Tidarium, right? We all know who the fuck Scott Knightlick is, so those are probably the only two I'll touch on. But I mean, there's tons of them, right? Problems with pre-orders, on and on and on. Hey there. Mattel canceling pre-orders. Too many Bratsies. I thought that said Batterizes. Yeah, okay, whatever. That's about Bratz dolls. Okay, cool. Oh, shit. Look at that. Look who it is. Oh, I miss that face. I do. I miss his face. Shadow Knows. Look, there you go. Alex and Chet and the boys. But anyway, I just wanted to say in regard to all of that, there are a lot of people discussing pre-order woes and challenges and problems and hurdles and all this dumb shit. Lotto says it's as you were. It's different over here. We just get it when it comes out, as we can't get any figures in our shops. It's shipping and tax hits us hard. Yeah. Everybody over the pond. You guys all have your own sets of challenges for sure. And I know that not everything applies directly, or it's different or worse. And I wish that wasn't the same or the case. I really wish it wasn't the case. Jim Largo says, new Chad record, almost 2 hours in and on topic. You can do it. Look, we were on the topic at the beginning for like a half hour. I didn't have a lot of, photos and nightmare bullshit from around the internet today. So, yeah. G.I. Joe 66. How come they don't make a Starscream F-15 crossover comes as Wild Weasel? Or comes with Wild Weasel? They made a Transformer G.I. Joe San Diego Comic-Con exclusive in the 2000 teens. That's Starscream, but it's an F-14 Tomcat. They just painted it up to look like Starscream. It was very lazy. It was lazy. It's the only one of those sets that I don't have. Is this a Nerdzoic ad? Like right now? Like right now, happening right now. Is this a Nerdzoic ad?
How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
Absolutely not. I like Matt, but I got nothing to do with Nerdzoic. 100% not. I don't know if that was a joke or what. Man, the hella dope Sundays are missed. I sent a message to the guys back in the spring. They've had to step back from everything. I know. Yeah, I know. Menjoza. So because they canceled my pre-order, I will probably never own a McFarlane Azrael Batman Detective Comics that had just come out. not paying aftermarket. Right? When we talked about the engineered scarcity bullshit, last week before, most of you were there. I showed that Batman intentionally. That's frustrating. Now, that's something that I could speak on passionately regarding like new toys, because the classified stuff, I mean, yeah, I've got it. You can see it all over the walls. Not that I don't collect it, but I don't fucking stand for it. I don't glaze all over it. However, pause for dramatic effect, I wanted that fucking Azrael so badly. And I saw it and I was like, oh, well, let me go spend my ducats on that. Gone. 100% gone. You guys know exactly what that is. Hasbro made a Top Gun Transformer crossover and it makes for a great Leader 1. That is correct. Yes, they did. 100%. Oh, you're just busting my stones? I wonder if I should start doing like fake ads. Like fake sponsor promos. I don't need sponsors. I'm good. Yeah. Zero. I love my Hiss Baroness Transformer crossover still in the box. You're talking about the Mega Hiss? Is that what you mean? The Megatron Hiss Transformer Joe collab? Yeah. Jim Largo, sold out pre-orders and false scarcity is part of the tangled web of do. That's that bullshit. 100%, kids. HGC, I saw the Sergeant Cup Triple T crossover at RossCon on Sunday. I love Cup, but the Triple T is a shit vehicle. I left it for the next. I would never try to sway someone's opinion. Cup transforming into the Triple T makes that vehicle much better. You know, aside from like the general design of it, but like his forearms being the shock absorbers and stuff, they did a really good job on that thing. Really good job. But again, different strokes, different folks, right? Should never knock somebody for what they like or dislike, especially focusing on what don't like. That's fucking weird. Megatron can't be a Pew because Pew kills people, but he can be a tank because reasons. That is not really. First of all, yes, I get that. That whole thing is just bullshit. Second of all, Masterpiece Megatron never stopped being a Pew, so mine are. Yeah. Ken the Band says, "You fucked up. You should have grabbed that Cup Triple T. It's damn good." The Sergeant Slaughter figure with it is freaking awesome. He's right here on the wall in between my monitors next to my light that I just stared into. I just stared into my light. 100%. I heard if you pray to the toy gods, says Mother Slug, someone will send you Batman Azrael detective figure. How about if you beg your chat? No. Mm-mm. Look, we either get it the old-fashioned way or we don't get it. But the point is that what the frig with McFarlane and sellout. And he was known for charging less back in the day. Back in my day. I don't his whole model is just fucked. Michael Zimmerman, if you're taking on fake ads, may I suggest Dr. Z's Civil War Surgery Center? Civil War quality surgery at Civil War prices. I'm just saying, I bet you we could come up with some fun, like fake sponsor ads or something like that. Yeah, I need to get that Masterpiece Megatron. Anyone want to buy a kidney? I'll bet you right now, Mutron, if you go look on Amazon and you put in KOMP Megatron, there you go. Just saying. Not saying, just saying. Yep. Mother Slug. I'm saying I have one of the first release McFarlane, and I did order that one. Seen it online this year. There you go. Buy one, get one amputation. Go the Russ route. Nah, I'm good. I don't need to go the Russ route. Every time I try to. HGC says, shit, my dudes, I'll do a Civil War surgery for free. You bring the laudanum, I'll bring the whiskey and the saw. Anywho, let's go back to the conversation, and then I got to get out of here. I got a date with the man. Dan says, if pre-order doesn't mean we are taking orders to make toys to fill those orders, and not we are taking orders until we run out of stock. The system is busted. Yeah. Changing the name to made to order is a joke. Yeah. Pre-orders should just be pre-orders. I'm in 100% agreement. Like, some companies do pre-order windows, especially when you look at the difference between like the large, too big to fail toy corporations and then like the ones right under that, like your McFarlane, who does it on purpose because fuck you, love Uncle Toddy Mac. And then you get like your independent companies and they're like, oh yeah, it's a pre-order window, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever. Pre-order as many as you want because I would like to give you toys and take your money. Medieval Alchemist says, chiming in on the pre-order talk, I won't pre-order from Pulse unless it's an exclusive. Otherwise, I'm going to reliable companies like Valaverse or Ramen. They don't sell pre-orders, shockingly. I mean, Valaverse opens pre-orders for things, at least he used to, but he leaves those pre-order windows open for a while because, again, he wants to give you toys and he would like your money. The thing about Hasbro Pulse, I said it yesterday, we'll say it all the time, I will keep reiterating this. Hasbro Pulse is not Hasbro. It's a third-party thing that uses the name Hasbro. They always get their shit last. After Amazon, after Big Bad Toy Store, after Target, after Walmart, after Walgreens, after Jesus. Yeah. Unless it's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, which that's that bullshit too. Don't ever use Hasbro Pulse. You won't see your shit forever. Sci-Fi Swamp Man had the Starscream and Insecticons canceled. That's why I put Starscream on the thumbnail with canceled in big red and white letters. And that's another part of that argument, right? You can't get a pre-order because the pre-order sold out. And then if you're lucky enough to get one, chances are you stand a possibility of getting your pre-order fucking, sweep the leg, Johnny. HGC, Walmart has canceled many of my Dolly orders. I'm patient, been able to find 98% of what got canceled, not giving big box stores or Hasbro a pass. You shouldn't. You absolutely shouldn't, right? They need your business too. The Titan. Target pre-orders on Studio Series Starscream sold out almost as soon as they listed it and then canceled the orders that did make it. In the end, I got my copy at a local store when it released. That was the big one. Yeah. Studio Series 86. Starscream. Fucking Starscream. Jeffy says, I've come to realize that, yes, they are talking about foreign pre-order companies. International. Save for the tariff fee. I prefer the import companies, no cancels, few delays, but shit gets here a week ahead of schedule or on time. I've had that experience as well. Yeah, it either gets there directly on time or it just magically shows up early. Skydro Walker, pre-orders are just another way to control the consumer. It also takes all the nostalgia out of hunting for my prize. Online ordering really takes a lot of fun out of this hobby. Agreed. Yeah, it completely removes the thrill of the hunt. Suka, these nuts. Pre-orders used to be useful back when we bought solid cases from like Entertainment Earth back when they were the only game in town. Now it's marketing poop. Yeah, I remember buying a whole case of figures. And then Killa King expanded on his first comment about the pre-order issues. Could order, but instead of in stock was a pre-order for September for a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. So it sold out in minutes, just straight to a pre-order. Again, right? It's like spitting in your face and expecting you to say, thank you. May I have another? Yeah. I don't know if I can do that. I still function. Yeah. Drew G still needs that star screen. I have a masterpiece star screen. But that's not the point, right? The point is that the company's job is to get you hyped for, your little dollies and shelfies. And then you wait. And then when the time finally comes, go get your dollies and shelfies. Fuck no, pre-order sold out. Okay. Why did you even hype me up? Why did you even go fucking whisper all this bullshit to the full farce so he could hype people up about it for fucking 6 months just so you could sell out in 3 minutes? How many do you honestly sell out in 3 minutes? 1,000? 500? It's not 10,000. I'm telling you that right now. It is not 10,000. They probably move 10,000 total units of most of these toys these days. Sci-Fi Swamp Man, my Pulse pre-orders are 50-50, but the pisser is when it's earlier than expected. I'd bet. Yeah, I'd bet. 13th Prince, why does a pre-order exclusive sell out at the exclusive store, but other stores that are supposed to not have the exclusive, usually outside our 50 states, get them in stock and ready to ship? There you go, my dude. There you go. Right there. 100%. And that's it, right? The compound word of pre-order alone and the words sold out, those are independent terms. You should be able to pre-order. I don't know. Like it's your money. It's your discretionary funds. Pre-order a fucking 100. I mean, we talked previously about all these freaking, the flexers. Oh, I got 100 of this army builder and 50 of that army builder. They would pre-order 50 or 100 easily. Murder dog. They would pre-order that shit. But instead it's like, oh no, it's sold out. Sorry. Because this always goes back to the conversation. The companies only care about the hype, right? The psychology of collecting, telling their bosses we sold out. Telling the customers, oh, you were too slow. The product's so hot. The line's so hip. It's so now. You missed out. Hype, not numbers. You can go look at comic book sales, hard numbers. You can go look at video game sales, hard numbers. Can't do it with toys. It's all about hype. It's not about sales. It's not about numbers. And then they just turn around and fire a bunch of their people. When you have customers like, I would have paid you for all those toys and you could have saved an employee's job. But no, fuck them and fuck you. Mutron, I'm happy with my Coronation star screen. Yeah, it's good to go. The new Seeker mold is basically an upscale to previous Earthrise Seeker mold. That is true. Yep, which was basically an upscale to Generations universe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Want to bet. I mean, I'll put it on screen, but I'm not gonna read it. That's fine. HGC. Not that it's an excuse for the shitty customer service. It's just amusing as a longtime Starscream mark. Everybody's got their favorites. Yeah. Dan says when EE was the only game in town, I have Toy Fair magazines from the early 2000s with Big Bad Toy Store ads. And there was also Action Figure Express. Yeah, man. Action Figure Express. That's going back a hot minute. The females in my household are talking. They're having a conversation like this right outside the door. G.I. Joe 66 says, talk about 6 to 8 weeks. Lol. Some sites take to send out your shit talkie. Mother Slug says, Build to order, made to order is the best way because nobody knows who's buying what and how many you can buy. Sure. I've never been a fan of the HasLab model. Never. That's me. However, there are parts of the HasLab model that I think would benefit the whole pre-order, made to order, right? I mean, made to order, there's a window, there's a time frame. HasLabs, all that stuff, even like the new Eternia that Mattel did. There's a window. There's windows to buy this stuff. I believe same with that fucking Mythic Legions dragon. There's a window. Make windows. I've always said that in our perfect world as, dolly collectors, there would be no toy activism. I don't give a fuck about that. All of these major toy. Are you kicking the door? Yeah. Are you kicking the door? Here, look, watch this. Watch. I'm gonna turn off the camera if you want to just come say hi. Okay, hold up, everybody. The ma'am's gonna come say hi. There you go. Say hi.
Hi, everybody.
See? Look at that. Almost done. Oh, she can't be on camera anymore. You guys know why, right? Speaking of toy activists, they're the tolerant ones, though, right? You guys can't be graced with the gorgeousness that is the ma'am anymore because of the fucking turds. Anywho, like in my perfect world, all these toy companies would sit down and say, okay, this is how we're all going to do pre-order models across the board. And I understand that like competition wouldn't allow that, but the fuckery that goes on is intentional. Everyone knows it's intentional. Suka says Target had 233 Starscreams in inventory last Thursday. That's for all Targets. That kind of goes back to my argument. Like they don't sell fuck all of these toys. They don't make them. They don't sell them. They just don't. Couple thousand at best. That's your numbers. Sci-Fi Swamp Man. I've called Hasbro and fumed about pre-orders sold out, and they don't give a fuck. Of course they don't. Why would they? They got your money. Crystal Clear says, changing the subject a tad, but I got to hear Frank Welker say such heroic nonsense in person. Not going to lie, I went full fangirl. Rad. I dig it, man. Frank Welker's cool. Plus, he did the Predator. He did that. Steven, I got stuff I ordered in April and May from Nerdzoic I haven't seen yet. Yeah, I feel you. There's toys from certain online retailers that I never saw, and I give them a pass because hardships. Mother Slug says, I still see those stupid classified firefighters. How many did they make of that figure? Holy shit. But a Pulse exclusive, they only make 1,000. They didn't overproduce the firefighter. I think they just over-exaggerated the interest in the firefighter. Did you guys see my reel on Instagram? Did anyone see my reel on Instagram where it's just all those desert scorpions? They're still at that same target. They just don't move. They're still just sitting there. Bat Stan, what's up, man? You're only 2 hours and 10 minutes late. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. Chad's getting in trouble. I'm not in trouble. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Oh, yeah. Look, we're all the way through all the starred comments. Oh, wait. Not all the way through. I'm sorry. Crystal Clear says, last I checked, I thought a pre-order was to gauge how many people wanted a particular thing, not see who all can beat the sold-out listing. It's what it should be, right? Pre-order. These are all the people who ordered it before pre. That's what pre means. before we fulfill Walmart's orders, Big Bad Toy Store, Target, everybody else. These are the people who ordered it before. So we have to make all of the Walmart, the Target, and all that stuff, and then this many as well. It's not rocket science. Yeah. Patrick Strauko, pre-order should never sell out. More can always be made from the factory. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. The Titan says, depends on who you pre-order with because Target and Walmart equals cancel con. Yep. Can the band, with a public service announcement, I don't know if this is quantifiable. 1 out of every 4 toy tubers is gay. That's why Chad never has more than 3 on his screen.
It's science, people! Science!
Oh, I had to. And, but why make windows when you can lick them? Yeah. Oh, everybody's saying hi to the ma'am. She's looking good today, too. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Those of you who have seen the ma'am, a few of you have met her in person. Well, she is a tall, blonde drink of water. It is that bullshit, right? That's why I can't have her on Screaming anymore. Mike Joseph. The crowdfund model is just another hype machine for Hasbro. They don't need it, but sheeple like watching the numbers go up and unlocks happening. Oh, yeah, and then they love to get in their fucking soapbox echo chambers and their fucking horrible toy groups and say, oh, come on, guys, you got to back it. You got to back it. If you don't back it, you're not a real fan. Those of us who really want it, we need all those unlocks. Come on. What is this, fucking peer pressure? No, absolutely not. Yeah, using your customers to pay for molds in advance to put a bunch of money in the bank and earn interest. It's kind of messed up. But the window, having a window, that's the way to go. You know, this is that Cobra Island ass hattery all over again. You mean Viper Island? Is that what you're talking about? What are you talking about, Cobra Island? Expand on that, HGC. Is that what you're talking about? Viper Island? Liam from Diaper Island? Michael Zimmerman, I understand it sucks not getting the toy you want, but a slightly better Starscream is probably being developed as we speak. That's generally the rule of thumb. Yeah. There's always a better Spider-Man around the corner. I'm just going to put this on the screen. I'm not going to read it. You guys can read it. Probably. The last part, I'm going to say probably to the last part. I'm going to ignore the first part because, yeah, I'm just, I don't give a fuck. But last part, probably. Yeah. Right. Everybody's got to go under the knife. Yeah, that's what I said. Peter Cullen, he did the Predator voice. Yeah, the noise. Why are you actuallying me? That's why I say he did the Predator thing. Can't believe you can't share a moment with your spouse on camera because it's no longer safe. Yeah, because I won't bow to the fucking message or the agenda or toy activists or their fucking lies. Yeah. I should just have my wife fucking fuck them both up. Because she would. Ninja Friend Prime knows what? Lotto says, only got my hit and run last week. How long has he been out? I don't know. I'm sure somebody in the chat. You get reels on Instagram? Yeah, man. Don't you? You don't get reels on Instagram? I'm not sure who I'd want to hear from, Welker, Megatron, or Scooby-Doo. I'm going to say Soundwave. How about that? He voiced Soundwave too, didn't he? I believe he did. It's like telling the person that wants to give you money that you will only accept their cash at one location for 30 minutes a day. Pretty much, yeah. Chad's trying to get in trouble with the ma'am. trying to get himself arrested, I'll bet. I'd be down with that. Pre-order. I bought a Desert Scorpion just for the hell of it. It was $10 on clearance at Target. At the Target, huh? If it was $10 on clearance, I would buy one just for the Scorpion and give the rest away. Probably put it in a baggie and take it over to the Goodwill, you know, for a kid to have. Since I'm so horrible, since I'm such a shitty person. Yeah. Yeah, I would get it just for the Scorpion, but no, they're not on clearance. They're just fucking sitting there. Full price. Drugy says it's not always overestimating demand, but most of the time, in my opinion, and personally, my reason, they have overpriced everything, so I can't justify buying it. Yeah, there's that too. Absolutely. I 100% agree. Jeffy says, just so you all know, the ma'am likes me the most. She did talk to him on the phone last night. That's true. Yep. This is my favorite. But if you don't back it, they won't make any more. That's how the line dies if you don't back it. You know what that is.
I don't know, man. Seems kind of gay to me.
No, I'm just going to say no. I'm going to say no to that. I'll respond to it on the screen, but no, I'm not going to ask Leslie. No, Oh, James Lucas, you're talking about the Target Cobra Island class. Hold up. That. Since I don't collect classified, these? Yeah. Yeah. Also that bullshit. However, that Major Blood is the best effort classified ever did. 100%. The frickin' that oil painting of Major Blood that's on the spine, the figure, the detail, the paint apps, that Major Blood is the shit. I have the other one right here. This was a gift from one of you, and I love it. Thank you very much. Again, though, right, I shouldn't have an opinion since I don't collect the line. Yeah. All these guys shouting for Alan Akhtar. I guess he's been hiding from them for a reason. Womp womp. Drugy says Cobra Island Target exclusive is what I think he was. Yeah, I got there. I'm sorry. Again, I read something a little late. A lot of you were like, oh, I'm responding to what he's talking about now, not 20 minutes ago. Yeah, I got you, HEC. I'm just going to move away from all that. We got there. But what's better than Maximum? Radical? Tubular. You guys remember using the word tubular? Did any of you ever say that unironically? I never did. No. And I grew up in a beach town. Yeah. I would think what's better than Maximum? To the Extreme, Radical, Tubular, Bodacious. Probably all better than Maximum. What do I know? Soundwave is the superior choice for Frank Welker's voice. We're still waiting for that Stephen Hawking's Wave custom. You know, Milt Connors did send me an image of Soundwave in the wheelchair like that. I have it, yeah. Desert Scorpion has now been replaced by Dr. Rottencrotch as the shelf warmer. But again, like Drew G said, they're overpricing these items intentionally. Yeah. Not green screen confirmed. No, 100%. What the hell? Chad has classified items. It's madness.
What the hell is even that?
I do. Yeah, I have a lot of them. But remember, narrative to fit agendas. No, I don't. I don't have classified. I don't collect it. I have no say, no input. Any of my opinions are completely invalidated. The fuck out of here. Hell yeah, that Major Blood's awesome. Mother Slug says Peter Cullen did the voices for 70s Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, Hulk, and Spidey. Monterey Jack from Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers, Winnie the Pooh, D&D cartoon, Voltron, and King Kong. Dude, his intro for Voltron from days of long ago. So freaking good. I love it, man. Just be grateful Chad had pants on this time. How many of you would be like, I fucking knew it if I stood up and you just saw like ass cheeks? Maybe that'll get me more views. I don't know. Whatever. I said rad all this. I still say rad. My signature thing to say is I walk in anywhere and somebody says, oh, how are you doing today? And I'm like, I'm stellar. This is what I always say. I'm stellar. Are you having a stellar day? Maximum to the extreme, bro. I used to say fresh. Fuck yeah, dude. But did I rock like the mock? Did I rock the mic like a vandal? Yes, and I would light up the stage and wax a chump like a candle. Yeah, I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom, deadly. When I play my own melody, anything less than the best is a felony. Don't say that I don't know what you're talking about. I used to say tubular and stay frosty. There you go, man. Is that the daddy chill? Yeah, I don't have that guy. Dreadnought K6, breaking news, rare cancers and penile shrinkage have been directly related to Cobra Commander action figures. For your own safety, mail all of them to Dreadnought K6. I don't think anybody believes you. Yeah. Dino Joe is a hell no from this guy, bro. I like what you did there. HCC, I've referred to items as tubular, as in that double chocolate chunk ice cream cone is tubular. The kids say bussin'. Bussin'. I always mess with my daughter. We'll be talking about something. I'd be like, but is it bussin'? She'd be like, bussin'. On babies, bussin'. I like the word moron. What pleats? What are you talking about? I don't have pleats. If it shocks you that Chad has classified figures, wait to see his Smurfette shrine. I thought we agreed we weren't going to talk about that. Yeah. When I'm about to score, I play Voltron intro music in the bedroom. Dun, 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 dun. Mm-hmm. Well, when wieners start shrinking, don't get mad at me, okay? Bobby Vance says 74 watching and only 44 likes. Come on, smash the like button. If you choose to. That's fine. It's free. Peter Cullen also voiced the best mecha transformation sequence, in my opinion, Saber Rider's Ramrod. He said Ramrod. Ramrod. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I was going to do a clip, but no. At some point, the classified people became certified. New line Hasbro. What do you mean? I understand. Sorry. I don't get the reference. Jeffy says Chad's Hello Kitty collection is bigger than his Joe collection. That's the rumor. Yeah, I heard that. Chad would take a Dino Bro over the fabulous furry fury faces in force. 30 hate watchers. How many of you would be surprised? Come on. No, it's not 30. Not 30. I mean, they're too busy sleeping because most of them don't have jobs. And if they do, they cry about how they have no money because they suck at their jobs. I like fat girls and fried bologna sandwiches on my mama is my new that's cool. Wow. Okay, cool. I dig it. Remember how dark that ABC show with the dinosaurs was? You mean the one that was called Dinosaurs? Yeah, with the I'm the baby, not the mama. Yeah, that one. Not the mama. 100%. Well, kids, we were at the end of the chat, and I actually pulled out a sealed classified figure today, so I'm sure the world's going to come to a frickin' end. Tomorrow we're discussing, I don't remember, but it's posted. You guys can see it. It's up there. It's up there for all of you to see. 610, what's up, brother? I'm only here for the base jokes to enjoy my day. What's up? Dude, you gotta go back where we talked about that infidel movie, and trust me, go back a little ways. You'll enjoy it. Yeah. Somebody tried to say that sand people don't run around our country with weapons, and I had to, I had to smack somebody down. So, man, that show was fucked up. Yeah, one of my favorite lines from Jason Mewes. This show is fucked up. Anywho, Eddie says, Chad, I sent you the clip. It'll make sense. Cool, man. I appreciate it very much. Certified as certifiable. Understood. Yeah. Look, coping takes a lot of effort. Seething probably even more so, but they do it on the daily. They spend a lot of their effort coping and seething. It must suck to live like that. Anywho, watch out for the sand people in the galaxy far, far away or your own, because they don't play well with others, as we've seen. Just ask the Jawas. If you know, you know. Remember that tribalism is bullshit. Watch out for all the echo chambers. Whatever you do, you can like the toys, but never go full classified, right? In mindset and opinion. Thank you all for making mandatory fun awesome. Again, thank you to Kevzilla and War Chest Full of Toys for being so gracious and gifting channel memberships. If you received one and you're happy about that, welcome to the chat holes. If you received one and you're unhappy about it, that's okay. Just say some dumb shit and I'll take it away from you. It's fine. I want to thank you all again. I'm going to go out and have some fun with the ma'am. Remember, life is short. Like what you like. Fuck the haters. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow.
You still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
No. Medieval Alchemist says, I make the mandatory fun, and you all just show up. No, it's the other way around. You all make everything fun. Chat is king, chat is law, chat is always the most important. I'm just here to hang out with all of you and get sweaty and stupid and tell it like it is. But you guys make everything awesome. And I thank you all every day. And now you got to get out of here. So bye.
I don't know, man. Seems kind of gay to me.